So your move, scale, defend or exit. Now you have got the double bind. A couple on 200,000 at 1.4 million loan, that's 7 times income. One purchases or one rate hike moves you into the danger zone. And 1.4 million portfolio, that's about $10,000 a year. Banks can write a maximum of 20% of their new loans at debt to income 6 times or above. There are 2.26 million property investors in Australia. Around 214,700 of them, are roughly 1 in every 10, are sitting on the edge of a wall, which they cannot see. APRA built it on the 1st of February 2026, and it has already changed the rules of the game. Today, 3 things. 1, I'll show you exactly what APRA changed. 2, I will run the math live so you know if you are at the wall. And 3, I'll show you the 4 moves to make in the next 30 days. By the end of this video, you will know whether you are one of the 214,000 and what to do about it. This video is for you if any of these are true. You will own one investment property and you are thinking about a second. You own multiple investments and you are wondering why the bank just said no. You are a Melbourne property owner and you are watching these prices flatten. Or you're a parent thinking about going guarantor for your kids. Stay with me, and a quick disclaimer, I'm not your financial advisor. Nothing here is a personal advice. This is general information only, and stick to your licensed mortgage broker before making any decision. If this is your first NextHouse video, hit subscribe right now. I'm dropping one of these every single week. RBA decision on Tuesday, federal budget reaction on Wednesday, Frankston deep dive on Thursday. Subscribe and you won't miss any of them. And while you're at it, I've written the full detailed analysis on the NextHouse website. Every chart, every data source, every methodology, footnote, all there. Read at your own pace. Link is in the description. Now back to the wall. Here is what most property analysts will never tell you. On the 1st of February this year, APRA flipped a switch that quietly changed Australian lending forever. 3 new rules. Together, they are the wall. Wall 1, the 6 times income cap. Banks can write a maximum of 20% of their new loans at debt to income 6 times or above. Once they fill that bucket, they are done. No more 6 times loans. Wall 2, the 3% serviceability buffer. You're not assessed at the rate you will actually pay. You're assessed at that rate plus 3 percentage points. Today, that means 9.90%. Wall 3, investors get a separate 20% bucket and 10% of new investor loans are already at 6 times. That's the cohort APRA is watching. That 10% figure is doubled from a year ago. Investors are creeping towards the cap, and every quarter, the bucket gets harder to fill. APRA chair John Lonsdale told the market in November, quote, signs of a buildup in risks are chiefly concentrated in high-DTI lending, especially to investors. That's the regulators preempting a problem, not reaching to one. Let's run the math. Take a couple, combined income $200,000. No kids, reasonable expenses. In early 2025, when the cash rate was at 3.6%, they could borrow $1.4 million. Today, cash rate 4.1%. They can borrow $1.18 million. That's $220,000 less. On the same income in 14 months, and it gets worse. If the RBA hikes again on Tuesday and the 4 banks are unanimous, which they will, that couple drops to 1.16 million. If Westpac's call is right and rates peak at 4.85, they will drop 1.11 million. $293,000 gone in less than 2 years. Same income, same job, same kids in the school. Just a different rate environment. And here is what means in DTI terms. A couple on 200,000 at 1.4 million loan, that's 7 times income, pass the wall. A couple at 1.18 million, 5.9 times. At the wall, a couple at 1.11 million, 5.5 times. Approaching the wall. Same family, 3 different positions, same 14 months. Now your turn. I'm going to show you a map and I want to find out yourself on what it before the next graphic comes off the screen. Step 1, add up your debts. Owner-occupier mortgage, investment loans, credit card limits, HECS, personal loans. Step 2, divide by gross household income, including rental income. That number is your DTI. Now look at this. Below 4 times income, you have headroom. You can scale aggressively. Most banks will compete for your business 4 to 5%, 4 to 5.5 approaching. 12-month strategic window. One purchases or one rate hike moves you into the danger zone. 5.5 to 6 at the wall. Major banks will be selective. Acting now beats acting reactively. 6 to 7 over the wall. The big four are subject to APRA's 20% quota. You may still get approved, but expect delays and conservative valuations. 7 plus non-bank territory. You will need a specialist lender. Expect a 50 to 150 basis point premium and a clear deleveraging plan within 24 months. Now, if you are watching from Melbourne, this next part is for you. Melbourne investors over-index on the ball, and it's not because they are reckless. It's because the maths is structurally worse here. 3 reasons. Reason 1, capital growth. Look at this chart. 12 months to the end of March 2026. Melbourne dwellings up 3.4%. Sydney up 5. Adelaide up 11.4. Brisbane up 19. Perth up 24.3. Same DTI. Much less equity growth. Capital growth is the only way to deleverage. Melbourne offers the best. Reason 2, land tax. Australia has the lowest land tax threshold in the country, just $50,000. For comparison, in New South Wales, it's 1.075 million, plus the COVID surcharge, plus trust and absentee charges. You're paying tax on land before you're cash flow positive. That kills your serviceability. Reason 3, yields are tighter. Melbourne dwelling yield sits at 3.7% gross. House yields just 3.2. High yields, high prices, low yields, high tax. That's why 20% to 22% of Melbourne investors sold a property last financial year, highest of any capital. Here is what most investors don't know. The big 4 banks are not your only option. And when their 20% buckets fill up, usually late in the quarter, they get even more selective. But there's a tier of lenders that operates outside that cap. The big 4 cap you at 6 to 7 times. Macquarie can flex to 7 or 8, but their book grew 30% year on year. So they will fill their bucket faster than anyone. Mid-tier banks like Bendigo, Bank of Queensland, ING, they get 4-quarter rolling measurement. That gives them flex. And then the non-banks, Pepper Money, Liberty Financial, not subject to APRA's 20% cap. They will go to 7, 8, even 9 times. The catch, 50 to 150 basis points more in interest. And 1.4 million portfolio, that's about $10,000 a year. But it preserves your portfolio scale and time in the market. For an investor with a 7+ year hold strategy, that math often supports the move. So who hits the ball next? 3 scenarios. Scenario 1, the RBA hikes Tuesday, 25 basis points to 4.35. 25 to 30,000 more investors join the cohort. Total at the wall, around 245,000. Scenario 2, Westpac's call lands, cash rate to 4.85 by August. 85,000 more. 300,000 at the ball. Scenario 3, Melbourne falls another 5 to 9%. Now you have got the double bind. The LVRs over 80 and DTI over 6. 320,000 at the wall. And 15 to 25,000 of those are Melbourne investors who can't refinance and can't extend. So your move, scale, defend or exit. Below 4 times, scale, but leave the headroom. Don't burn it on a single high price asset. 4 to 6, defend, refinance, recycle, non-deductible debt. Deploy your offset, lift gross income. 6+, exit or arbitrage. Sell the weakest asset or for refinance the whole portfolio to a non-bank. Whichever path, do it before the next hike, not after. I have written the full deep dive on the NextHouse website. Every chart you saw today, every data source, plus the bank by bank breakdown in detail, the suburb map, and the 4 questions to ask your broker on Monday. Link is in the description. Drop a comment. What's your DTI band? I read every reply. Tomorrow on the channel, live coverage on the RBA decision at 2:30 p.m. I will show you exactly what happens to your borrowings capacity within the hour of the announcement.